If you feel maxed out and you're already using AI at some level, this is exactly what you clicked for. Because AI isn't the advantage anymore. Capacity is. I've watched businesses adopt the tools, hype the tools, and even fear the tools, and still stay stuck. And it's not because AI failed them, but because they stopped just one step short. In this talk, I break down 3 decisions that separate people who quietly get replaced by AI from the ones who suddenly have more margin, they have more clarity, and more room to grow. And one of those steps sounds obvious, but it's the difference between knowing this stuff and actually doing something with it that sets your brand apart. Now, this was recorded live at a Raymore Chamber keynote. Shout out Raymore Chamber. Awesome. Thanks for the opportunity. Where I talked to local business owners about what's actually working and where their teams get stuck. I don't want to ado further, so without further ado, here it is.
We aren't just a video production company. We are business solution driven creatives. And this is more than meets the eye.
I want to talk to you about 3 steps that could actually expand your business capacity using AI. Now, I don't know what side of the fence you are on for AI, but just a show of hands, let's take a survey around the room. How many of you guys are using AI at some level? Even typing ChatGPT. That's nearly everybody. Nearly everybody. How many of you guys have used ChatGPT or Gemini or something like that to help you write an email? Raise your hand. And how many of you guys on a personal level have written a love note to your wife with ChatGPT? There's someone, yeah. So, oh, a breakup letter. Yeah, that's good. Okay, nice. Well, this took a turn on this keynote. All right. Well, we're going to get into this. But first, you must get ready. Because this AI wave is already crashing. I gave this exact keynote 3 months ago, and it's already so different. Because that's how fast this is moving. It's big. It is a tidal wave. There was a mass adoption by ChatGPT that had 100 million ChatGPT users in 2 months. And there's billions. There's got to be more now. This was 3 months ago data. There's billions invested across industries and already reshaping the creative and the business workflows. This is internet big. So let's fly through this, because we have to reestablish this, because we all got to realign and remember that technology always wins, even if our opinions are against it. It's gonna roll out if it's more convenient for other people. And I am a heavily opinionated person, but who made technology? Who made the technology for AI? You always got to take one more step back and realize that. But we have to remember AI is the wave that's reshaping industries and the way we do things. You have a choice that when this comes through, you can either put your head in the sand more or build your little sand castle, or you can learn to surf the wave. Has anybody ever been surfing? We're in Raymore, so. There was one time, you guys know this guy, Sean Petrie. I went tubing with him one time, and the thing is, he's gonna go crazy. If he's driving the boat, he's gonna make you go crazy. And I had this strange experience while I was on the tube, where I got to experience what surfers experience, but on a tube. And it was amazing. Do you know that feeling, or maybe you've seen it in movies or documentaries when people are surfing and they're inside the wave? I got to experience that in a tube with Sean Petrie pulling me. And so it was one of the most amazing things. Now, take that picture as a metaphor, that would be amazing if we could do that in this AI tidal wave that's already coming in. And if you don't know how to surf, you get back up and you try again. You learn. We're all humans and we learn new things. So just a quick overview. Let's fly through these. There are several different types of AIs to go through. Chat AI, this is the most familiar one. So that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Manus, that's a new upcoming one it proved success, and then Meta decided to buy it. So you're going to start seeing Manus all over the place. And yeah, someone said Grok. What's funny is one time I said Gronk. I'm like, nope, that's a Gronkowski from, that's the wrong thing. So we've used it to draft emails, maybe some reports, brainstorm content. It's great for summarizing data in meetings. But did you know that on your phone, if you have an iPhone, Apple Intelligence seems like the one that is really far behind, but actually this is their best feature. You can record your meetings in the Notes app. Hit record, it stays in there, and you can continue to type your regular notes while it's still recording, and then immediately after you have a transcript so that when you're having a sales pitch or an onboarding meeting with somebody, that you can now utilize that transcript to immediately send them a conversation recap. How awesome is that? How much time does that save you if you're into sales all the time? And if you just get into that habit of hitting record, we were all taught, I was taught this, I can't say we all, I can't speak for you. But in college, a lot of people were like, if you hit record during a whole speech, it's really hard to go back because you're not going to actually check the notes. So I got into the habit of not hitting record during meetings or keynotes or anything. But now everything's transcribed, so you can immediately just send the script into ChatGPT and then give you a summary or an overview. But if you're on Apple, you can do it embedded right then and there on your phone that's already in your pocket. So if you forget your laptop, there's a device called Plod that it's dedicated for that purpose. You can do it still with Apple Intelligence, and it is nice. There's another type of AI that is image generation. And we saw this recent trend over Christmas time that involved some peppermint sticks, Did anybody see that? Anybody know what I'm talking about? And you see it start going around? But some of this is Midjourney, Nano Banana. That one's incredible. We use that for thumbnails for YouTube videos. Adobe Firefly and Canva. Let's not forget that Canva uses AI. Social media graphics, this is what it's great for, but be careful of spelling. It's getting way better though, way better. Mock-ups, product design, there's ad creative. There's another type called video AI. And this is where it starts entering my space. And we can't be naive, I can't be naive and say video is never gonna be taken over by AI. AI is never gonna replace my job. How many of you guys here are, even though you're using AI, maybe you're a little scared. Maybe you're a little timid to AI just because you think it's going to replace your job. So you have a choice, and in that choice, you can choose to harness it and be the person behind the AI, and then you've expanded your capacity, or you can choose to not and ignore it, and then someone else is going to get hired instead to harness that AI because they're going to be way more efficient. But here's the other type, video AI. An example is Google VO and Sora. Sora has actually transformed and turned into a social media platform that's dedicated just to AI. So that's one to look out for. There's a tension there. And even though it's all fake and it's all AI generated, you can actually see the artistry behind it. There's someone behind the keyboard that's typing all this in. And so that's the context of Sora, it could be great. And a really good use case for your business could be explainer videos, training videos, marketing campaigns. That's okay to use. AI avatars, there's some video editing that you can do. We use a program called Opus Clip, Opus Pro, and it can help find good clips in long form video and help guide you there. So audio and AI, this one's fun. So we've used Adobe Podcast Enhance, DaVinci Resolve is what we use. Maybe you haven't heard of this stuff, and that's okay. That's when you hire some professionals so you don't have to learn all of it. I removed a lawnmower that was right outside a door when I was giving another presentation before. And the lawnmower just kept going across, and it's in the entire video. But I'm able to do voice isolation with AI, and it removes all of the background noise. And it's incredible. We've seen some of that live in like FaceTime and Zoom. Now, I've seen some, I want to be hesitant on this one, but I've seen where you can do some voice cloning and some overdub, and people are giving the data of their voice. And however you use that, just use it in like a wholesome way is what I advise. Because the moment someone finds out that it wasn't actually you on the phone and something was posing as you, that can destroy your reputation. So that's just kind of a danger on this one. But at the same time, if you're using it to just autofill and autocorrect something that you missed when you recorded a video, maybe that's better. Then music AI. This one is the most developed. Music AI like Suno, there's Google Labs. This is where a lot of artists are going crazy. There's been some top charts on Apple Music and Spotify, and then people find out, oh, that was all AI. But it proved itself. All the consumers listened to it and enjoyed it. The only thing that music AI is that they don't have the ability yet, I guess, because we don't have robots yet, but they don't have the ability to go and do live shows. They don't have the ability to go and interact with the community. So it's great as a tool, but to use it fully the other way is not the best idea. Now you could do this, we do this for background tracks for ads. Now you have your own customized background music in videos. The Super Bowl's coming up. Last year in the Super Bowl, I remember there was a commercial and they bought stock music, and then that exact same commercial stock music soundtrack came on, and it looked like cheap, you know? It's like, oh, you're paying so much money and you're a high-level brand, yet you bought the same track this other person bought. So this can give you an ability to stand out, and you can make yourself a custom jingle, a soundtrack for a commercial, and you can get the commercial rights for it as well through typing. You're not musically inclined? Well, you know if it sounds good or not, right? So now you can type it and try it, and then see if that's something you want to start using in any of your marketing. And then we use it for YouTube intros and podcasts, so every single person is unique. Now, AI agents is another type. This gets very interesting and very detailed. And because of that, it needs its own keynote. But basically, an AI agent is like an AI employee. It can do the mundane tasks. It can be your admin assistant. It's more than just typing and then getting text back. This can actually be integrated into automations to take it all the way. And you can even put a step in there that's human review. So anything you would tell an admin assistant, you could tell AI agents. Now, I know what you're thinking. I love my admin assistant. Or if you're an admin assistant, you're going to be like, oh, shoot, there's my job. But again, go and harness this, and then you'll be safe. You'll always need a human in the workflow. Just like when the tractor was invented, it took so many jobs away from people. But now it also created new jobs, because you need the person driving the tractor. You need the people engineering the tractor. You need the people on the maintenance of the tractor, and so on and so forth. So the technology always improves. So if you empower your admin assistant with something like this and it's embedded into your CRM, that could be huge. There are two kinds of things for AI, and it's ideas and it's implementation. And AI bridges the gap, because now the idea person can also get a creative and strategic plan in a way that can help empower teams to go and execute. And now the implementation person can also come up with ideas and plans, and then they already know how to execute. So I think this is really good for all of us. It bridges both worlds. So back to the main thing. 3 steps to expand your business capacity is 1, discover your bottlenecks. Go use what you're already using ask it your whole business plan. Say, ask me questions one by one. I don't want to read a novel when I type into ChatGPT. You know what I mean? And then a generic ChatGPT is always like so pleasing and affirming, and it's like PR friendly, and it's like, oh, that's a great idea. And then you go, what about this? And then it goes, oh yeah, you're right. This is good because da 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 da. And it just gets annoying. So you got to wrangle that AI, and you got to train it a little bit better by giving it a better prompt and be a better prompt engineer at that point. So you can hit stop or whatever if it's generating it too long, and you go, wait, reveal this to me one by one and guide me through it. That's a really good way. And then it'll be like a wizard guiding you, and then it can show you some bottlenecks that maybe you didn't even know. So it's also great to do this and employ your human team to do this as well. So if you have your team, when you get back on your next meeting, tell them any time that you run into something and you think, man, if only this was automated, or if only this was delegated, this is a mundane task, we could get a lot more done. Then develop that list and call it a parking lot idea list. You could then utilize that later to see what are the strongest bottlenecks and points that we could tackle and replace with AI, so that then the team can go and execute at a higher level. These are some of the common bottlenecks, like the emails are piling up, data entry and scheduling, content creation delays, slow lead follow-up. Those are very common. Discover your bottlenecks. And the second thing is become scalable. This is huge, and this is what stops us from actually implementing the AI, is if you can become scalable, it feels so much more freeing in that you can handle more. Your plate's too full, so I'm going to add one more thing to it. But that one more thing is going to expand your plate. So this is what I mean by scalable. Capacity for more customers without burnout. Is that you? Do you have capacity for more customers without burnout? Systems built for consistent customer experience. Messaging developed for brand and marketing. Is it clear? Is it concise? Is it consistent? And then this is my favorite, money model math. That actually includes your business profits. Even for a nonprofit, like help it like include your budget items. If you're in business, profit is sanity. It took me a long time to actually learn this because I came from, have you guys read the E-Myth? This is where you're the technician. I started the business. I'm the one out on the field doing the thing. When I could be the business owner and working on the business instead of always in the business. And I could empower and inspire and equip team members to go and accomplish more and faster than I ever could, even though I'm the one that knows all the ins and outs, because I can train them to learn it. And then once they learn it, that is also a system and a capacity that expands for more customers. And I was the person that did it all myself. And so when I calculated pricing and everything like that, I didn't include business profit. I included my labor, and that was it. And that legit bottlenecked my business. And so now I want you guys to become scalable in a way that actually includes your business profits. Because when you use AI, that's when it really changes. So there's real-world scalings, chatbots, frequently asked questions. You can do AI scheduling assistance. There's a great CRM program called Go High Level, and we have it, and we have an ability to actually give it to you guys if you want at a really small fee. It usually costs a lot, but in this system, it can replace a lot of things, like your website. It can replace your scheduling tools. It can do phone systems. There's a lot it can do.
But I'm not here to like sell you or anything. I'm just saying those things exist and you can utilize it. And then there's content repurposing. We do this. So like, what if you could help AI like go from one long form podcast to 10 social media posts? That's 11 pieces of content there. And then we had one person record a bunch of podcasts. They used AI to train it on all of the transcripts from all of their casual conversations. And then they created an Amazon book with the Amazon publishing based on their podcast. So now it's a companion. And they wrote a book and they wrote a journal as well. There's someone that did a journal where you can write in it based on all of the episodes they recorded. And that's all within 90 minutes a month. So it really expanded their capacity. So we got discover bottlenecks, become scalable, and last, definitely not least, and this is where AI's weakness is, implementation. We can have all the tools, but if it's not implemented, it doesn't matter. And I think that ChatGPT is starting to get there with integration into your actual Google calendars. It's getting integration into Canva and other things versus like telling you exactly how to do it. So that's really nice. But to expand business capacity using AI, you have to actually implement it. Sounds obvious, sounds simple, but that's the truth. And so AI can replace you or it can equip you. Which one do you want to be? And actually, trick question, because I'm rethinking of this, and I think maybe a little of both. But I don't want to, it won't take my money. It just won't take my money. Actually, as an investment, it will, but not on the backside. So AI can write code, it needs hosting. That's the implementation side. Anybody can vibe code, but then where do you put it? That's a platform. Someone needs that. AI can design, but it needs brand direction. Generic ChatGPT sucks. It's terrible. If you go and you train ChatGPT based on legit material, you can put in PDFs, you can put in your business SOPs, you can put in your code of conduct, you can put in your core values as a knowledge base in a trained ChatGPT. So then every time you use it, it's filtering it all through there and can give you legit answers. And then you can draft an email, but still needs human review. Do not ever blindly just copy and paste it into your email. I'm tempted all the time. I'm like, oh, I can trust it. But the one time that it's going to say something completely terrible, like what if it makes an offer for me? You know, it's like, it's a $1,000 thing, but it said, oh, we'll give it to you for free or something. Like, well, okay. There's a higher conversion, which is what I told it. I want to write an email for a better conversion, but I actually have to navigate it and say it in a certain way, so it's not going to do that. So it needs parameters. But there are ways that you could implement this exactly today, and you may want to write these down or take a photo, because these are the easiest stepping stones into implementing AI today or tomorrow. But tomorrow never arrives, right? So do it today. There's SOPs, there's job descriptions if you need to expand, have it help you there. You can contextualize business frameworks. So if you ever watch a business YouTube video and they say, you should make your website do this for better conversions, follow this formula, you can take the transcript of that YouTube video, put it into ChatGPT, and then say, go and scan my website right here and tell me line by line what I should replace to follow this framework. And then it'll give you exact copy of what to replace. So that is one of my favorite ones. And then you can store it. You can store that as data. And like, I want to do this all the time. There's a lot more I could get into here than I really want to, but there's also phone systems. This can help with always answering the phone. I'm a fan of being genuine and organic, and so it would be good to be transparent, in my opinion, for phone systems so that you can always pick up, but people know it's either AI or something else, and it's not pretending to be you. And then it could do some cold outreach for you. It can do fast follow-ups through that. More than just automation, like it could contextualize it for that customer and what they're saying. That could be your website chat that's on the bottom right corner, usually on a lot of websites, like, hey, chat with us live. Oh, you're speaking with our live AI that is trained by JT Visuals about all of our stuff. And then it can get through all the frequently asked questions and then be like, would you like to speak to another team member or a human or whatever you want to say, whatever fits your brand. And then it can pass it along. So someone always answers, and that is a business win. And then it can also be an appointment setter. So someone may be like, hey, maybe it's on your website and you utilize AI to help set another appointment. Hey, I would like to make an appointment for this time. At this time, do you have any availability? It'll go and check the availability and be like, yes, we do. Would you like 3 p.m.? We have that available. And then, all right. And then it can ask all the questions that you train it to do. SEO and keyword research is really good. Be careful a little bit on AI SEO because it's getting generic info out there. So you might want to guide it towards what you actually want a little bit better. And then it can also critique your content. Tell it to be mean to you. Tell it to give you really good feedback and not always try to affirm all of your ideas. You need to train it to do that, or else you're going to think you have the world's best ideas because it's proven by AI and it agrees with you. And then you go and you try it and it ended up to be a flop. I'm speaking from experience. So have it trained to critique your content better. And then we already kind of mentioned this, but if you did AI for admin assistants, it can help them with drafting emails, summarizing meetings. They can be the one to hit record on your iPhone, or even the ChatGPT app can do it on any phone, and you can record your voice, and then it can become a scheduling automation. So now your admin assistant is actually a manager, but they're a manager of AI assistants, and they can make sure it's not going to break and do something wrong. Because if you completely, fully trust it 100%, it's going to do something wrong. And then creating SOPs and then getting it implemented. You could use it for lead generation. There's research that you can do for ideal clients. You can do personal outreach with it, customize it to a particular person. Hey, go and scan so-and-so and help me understand what they're into based on their social media platforms and what they say online. And then it can help feed you the research, and then you actually read it, and then it can help reply. Generate landing page copy for your websites, and then consistent follow-ups. And lead magnets is my favorite. You could use lead generation through lead magnets, which is that thing that you dangle for free for someone that gives a taste. It's the sample of your business that gives them an online scalable taste of what you help people do. When we all started our businesses, it was to help solve a problem. What problem was that? And then what's something I can digitize to help people experience the solution for this problem in exchange just for an email. And then boom, you got a lead. That's a good lead magnet. And then also you can type in ChatGPT with Google Maps if you want to look at a surrounding area, draw a radius, and then have AI come up and do the research for all of the websites, the emails that it can find, and the contact info. And then you have a call sheet now for some outreach. And then one of the last things is there's pitfalls and mindset shifts just to watch out for. And it's just, we've covered this a little, and it's just not perfect. It can write it and seem perfect, but it is not perfect. And I think all of us being here in the Midwest, we're down to earth people, and we're people, right? And so if we hear AI laughing audibly, we know it's actually fake laughter. So we're here to be genuine. Always verify the outputs that it gives you, always. And context and brand voice matters more than a perfect script. And then generic versus trained results. This is the world changer, because now if everyone's doing AI for emails, your AI now has to zig when everyone else is zagging to stand out and be a little different. And that's where trained results can come in way better. And it's not going to just, blank page on ChatGPT. Hey, what are 7 social media posts I should do today? And it's just generic ChatGPT. It's not going to be the same results than if you tell me to input that in my trained AI for social media. It's going to be different, and then it's going to get different results. So just because there's results doesn't mean it's good results. And if you have a business coach or a mentor or someone, a business partner, have them verify it too. That's fantastic. So your AI next steps, what I think you could do is list your bottlenecks in your business and then think, could AI help this? Or if you need it to help you discover your bottlenecks in the first place. And then if you today spend 1 hour on ChatGPT to learn what it can do for you and overcome those bottlenecks, you also spent time thinking about your brand, which is working on your business. And then you can also start building a process or system to be able to implement it. And then look at your plate afterwards. What time did you free up? And what are you going to do with the rest of the time? So, closing thought, AI expands your capacity. You provide the vision, though. You have to guide it. It's still up to you. It's still your business. Don't get sold on all of those sites that all look the same and they say, and they speak very well to the pain points, and they relate to you, and then they say, this will solve all of your problems. And then you get into it and you realize it didn't solve all my problems. It was good for this thing, but not this thing. It overpromised and under-delivered. So just be careful of those things. But that's good for us because we run our businesses. So have a phone call with ChatGPT or Gemini too. Do this today. Start a voice conversation with AI and just talk to it. But talk to it about your dreams, your aspirations, and how you're going to scale your business. It will talk back, and it's pretty cool. And this can help you if you're a CEO or if you're the visionary or the owner of the business. This can help you grasp your vision even tighter and then help you articulate that back to the team. And you could even learn, like, if I expand to 26 locations, did I hit the $1 billion revenue mark based on this? And you could have that long conversation. And so you could figure out you might be closer to the $1 billion revenue than you even think, because it can put it into bite-sized ways for you to understand based on your own math. I love doing math with it. That's what I do. And then try one small implementation this week. This is a lot. It's an elephant. It's a fire hose. Just try one thing and focus on that one thing. And then ultimately, I just want to thank you guys so much for your time. We have a school community that's by local people about building your business and systems and scaling it. And we post content on there, but there's also resources, there's courses. It starts for free too. So there's some good stuff on there. And then lastly, we do so many podcasts that if you are also looking to share your story online, and then you just want us to do our AI stuff to help it distribute out there and amplify your story, then we'll do that. You could be our paid guest and go through our experience. That if you need content fast and you would like to share your story, share your vision for your business, and occupy social media a little bit better, we're going to share our following with your following and then create content. So if you either need content and you need it fast and the easy way, just come have a conversation. We'll convert that into content. And the other reason is if you've thought about owning your own video podcast, then we would love to have you. And this is a great way to test drive your own podcast to see how you do. If you're feeling camera shy, am I good on camera? Do I look good? Are people going to respond to this? Then that's a fantastic way for you to join in on something already existing. And at the very least, you gain clarity and you get content. So it's a win-win, nobody loses.